Hello everyone, welcome to City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle. Southwest Atlanta gets help from college students on ways to improve a section of the city that has an abundance of good things. A group of Georgia Tech students will focus on development for the Cascade Heights Commercial District. They will research and analyze issues facing that commercial zone.
I said, thank the Lord, you know.
The school and a group of neighbors got the idea for this workshop to push growth and vitality. The initiative is partly funded by the offices of council members C.T. Martin and Keisha Bottoms.
It's been a really good opportunity to partner with the community. The community is completely taking the lead on it. And then with resources from the city, we are helping to fund the initiative. And I'm just really excited about what's going to come out of this class study.
So we're looking across several different metrics. We're trying to understand, first, how does an urban form facilitate and relate to issues of placemaking, how you get a sense of community in a place, and also how does it relate to economic development.
Input from neighbors, community leaders, commercial property owners, and business owners will be considered. Bottom says the community welcomes this chance to see what possibilities are on the horizon for the commercial district.
The feedback has just been so positive because I think people realize that sometimes you have to look outside of your four walls to other people just to maybe sometimes see hidden jewels that we may not see, or just think of things that we may not otherwise think of when we are a part of the community. So it's going to be really nice to get a fresh set of eyes, and I'm just looking forward to what innovative ideas the students come up with.
Well, first of all, I'd like to see a lot of the vacant buildings, brand new sort of businesses come in that are upgrade sort of businesses that can really stimulate the community and bring the community in here so we can have a cool place to hang out and enjoy ourselves.
So our hope is, in working with Georgia Tech and coming together as a community, is that we will see vitality along this corridor that was once here. This used to be called Downtown Cascade. So it was a destination spot for a lot of people. And our hope is that we will find a way to take the framework that we have here of existing buildings and landscaping and other features to bring a sense of economic development for the business owners, but also a sense of community vitality for those who are within a 5-10 minute walk of this area.
The 9 Georgia Tech students will find out what drives a neighborhood's identity, its growth, and its development, and they'll make recommendations for the community and for future development.
So many people are really proud of this community, and so we want to be able to capture that in order to best move forward.
I mean, we really want to improve the community around here. There's a real sense of pride around here. A lot of people really in this area. It's very important, as we talked about earlier, the history of this area to the city of Atlanta.
This particular project is very city planning based, which is completely on the bigger side of architecture. So for me, it's just kind of an eye-opener of what else is out there and what else goes into the spaces that we plan.
It is just such a unique area. It's a beautiful area. It's pedestrian friendly, which is really what we look for in the city now in terms of planning. And so we have the infrastructure there for it to just be really a core commercial district, a residential friendly commercial district. So it'll be really interesting to see what they come up with that the neighborhood has not already envisioned for the area.
Councilwoman Bottoms points out that the Atlanta Beltline became a reality after a similar initiative. The Atlanta Regional Commission awarded $40,000 to pay for a traffic study in the Vine City, Washington Park area. The study will look at traffic conditions along Lowry Boulevard from Boone Boulevard to MLK Drive. The grant is part of an $800,000 award that went to 10 other metro communities. The goal is to make the Vine City, Washington Park area a more connected community. The award requires the recipient to make a 20% match, and Councilman Ivory Lee Young Jr., who represents that portion of the city, was more than happy to contribute $5,000 to the study. 2014 is shaping up to be a big year for downtown Atlanta. New projects are revitalizing the area, and it's captured national attention.
downtown Atlanta is much greater than what people give us in terms of geography. I think we're entering a really exciting time, and the New York Times obviously figured that out as well.
Downtown Atlanta landed on the New York Times annual list of must-see places to go in 2014. A.J. Robinson is president of Central Atlanta Progress.
CAP's been around for over 70 years, and we tend to think of ourselves as that kind of the protector of the brand of downtown Atlanta. We concern ourselves with the health, the vitality, the visibility of our central city.
The National Center for Civil and Human Rights, the College Football Hall of Fame, and the inaugural ride on the Atlanta streetcar are all on tap for ribbon cuttings this year.
The fact that the New York Times mentioned those particular three things made us very proud, and I think should make the city very proud. The ability now to walk in downtown and visit the aquarium, the Children's Museum, the wonderful, the World of Coca-Cola, the CNN tour, the College Football Hall of Fame, the Center for Civil and Human Rights, and then take the streetcar and interact with the east side of town, the King Center, Georgia State University. I think people would agree that it's a pretty eclectic group of assets.
We're looking forward to all of the great things scheduled to open this fall. 2 Atlanta communities were chosen to take part in the Greater Atlanta Eco District Initiative. Sustainable Atlanta picked the Atlanta University Center and Lakewood Heights to look at eco-friendly development in those areas. The group will help communities increase civic engagement and connect them to outside groups that can make the neighborhoods more inclusive for residents. Lithonia was also chosen for the initiative. Nearly 700 government officials were in town for Georgia Municipal Association's Mayor's Day Conference. At the Legislative Networking Breakfast, City Council President Caesar Mitchell welcomed them to Atlanta.
GMA is a wonderful partner with the City of Atlanta. They are located right here in the City of Atlanta, and as you know, GMA is the state organization that really assists and advocates for cities at the state legislative level and even beyond when it comes to issues that are important for municipalities.
The Georgia Municipal Association is a nonprofit organization that offers legislative advocacy, training, and technical consulting services to its members. President Mitchell greeted celebrities, community leaders, and many more at the unveiling of the 15th edition of Who's Who in Black Atlanta. Who's Who publishes resources and information on influential and up-and-coming African Americans. It has created a national footprint in honoring and promoting leaders, pioneers, and trailblazers across the country. Mayor Reed wrote the foreword for this annual edition. President Mitchell addressed about 40 law students who attended a legal diversity seminar. The learning experience was a full day of events that offered professional development and relationship building in small group settings. The emphasis was on personal interaction with key business leaders in large corporations.
I really think it's important for me to hear their stories and to hear their questions and concerns, because they are very important to the health and vitality of our community, of our city in the years to come. They're going to be the future leaders. They're going to be the ones who are serving in public office, providing civic leadership, and making a difference in the community when you and I are sitting down and retired.
Mitchell was the keynote speaker at the Year Up 2014 graduation. Year Up gives young people access to education, experiences, and guidance to help them realize their true potential. Through a one-year intensive training program, low-income adults between the ages of 18 to 24 receive hands-on skills, college credits, and corporate internships.
Well, when you think about young people, young adults who really are looking for an opportunity to do more with their life, as a slightly older adult, I think it's important to make sure that I am connecting with them and I am giving them words of inspiration where possible, and certainly giving them the benefit of the experiences I had when I was their age. By
challenging students to reach their full capabilities, Year Up equips young adults with the tools to achieve economic self-sufficiency. Councilman C.T. Martin urges the delegations of Fulton and DeKalb counties to oppose House Bill 29 and House Bill 512. Bill 512, the Safe Carry Protection Act, allows individuals to carry a weapon in government buildings and churches. Bill 29 is the Georgia Carry Act of 2013, which allows students to bring guns on college campuses.
If they have to go through the whole licensing, which means they have to go through the classes, make sure that they were background checked and everything, I think carrying is just a responsibility, and they should be able to. The negative side of it is the availability of guns. They're going to be on campus, they'll be around more, and they can end up in the hands of people that don't need them.
So we need to have some standard to ensure that students aren't going to use the guns for anything other than self-protection.
The majority of colleges and universities prohibit carrying firearms on campus. Last year, Georgia State opposed House Bill 29 based on overwhelming feedback from students that were not in favor of guns on campus. And Valdosta State has been consistent in its opposition of House Bill 512. The City of Atlanta, area churches, and local civic organizations are working vigorously to provide programs to get guns off the street. The NAACP held a gun buyback at Turner Field, exchanging firearms for gift cards. They were looking to collect at least 1,000 guns of various models.
The children are finding these guns and taking them to schools, and too many crimes have been in the schools, in the homes, you name it. I have to preach the funeral of these people, and it's a very bad thing to see your people as they're being killed and hauled out, and one is dead and the other in jail.
The Fulton County Sheriff's Office was also on hand helping to collect these firearms. A topping out ceremony was held for a major Buckhead project that was stalled for several years due to the 2008 economic crash. Mayor Reed was at Buckhead, Atlanta for the event. The project began as the streets of Buckhead in 2006, then halted as the economy took a dive. The project was revived in 2011 by developer Oliver McMillan. The site will feature luxury retail, restaurant, office, and residential space.
This feels like a city should feel. And this city is up off of its knees again. And the real estate that we're standing on right now is some of the most valuable real estate, not in the city of Atlanta, but in the entire state of Georgia and in the entire Southeast.
The most important thing out here is not the buildings. The most important thing is going to be the sense of community and the place. This is not a mall. This is not a shopping center. This is a redevelopment of multiple blocks of your city.
The company is on track to open some of the retail and residential space in July.
The Atlanta's coming together.
Work on the Atlanta Beltline's Gateway Path is underway. The path connects the East Side Trail with historic Fourth Ward Park. 150 people turned out, including Mayor Reed, Councilmember Keisha Bottoms, and Police Chief George Turner. Growth along the Beltline has been robust since the opening of the park and the trail, with 1,000 new homes and apartments in the area.
This gateway will for the first time provide ADA accessibility from the East Side Trail directly to the park. It'll be a ramp, so you'll be able to walk or bike the entire corridor segment of it, and it'll provide beautiful landscaping, retaining walls, lighting, and environmentally sustainable green infrastructure to serve it.
Construction on the gateway is expected to be completed late this summer. The Office of Cultural Affairs, 40 years and still going strong. And Council President Caesar Mitchell stops by to chat with us. Back in a moment. Council President Caesar Mitchell is with us today. President Mitchell, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You've been with the Atlanta City Council since 2002, first as the Post 1 at-large representative, and now you're at the beginning of your second term as council president. How has the last few years been for you?
It's been great. It really has been a wonderful time of growth. It's been a wonderful time of building and developing relationships. And it's been a great time of service. I really, my first 8 years on council as an at-large council member, I had an opportunity to learn a lot and to really get engaged with a number of initiatives, both legislatively as well as in the community. As council president, I must say, I've been able to continue to do that, but also it's provided for me an opportunity to see things from a slightly different vantage as the presiding officer of the council. And so it's really been great. Having served as a council member prior to being council president means that I've got kind of, this expectation on the part of of citizens that I will still remain connected.
One of your duties as council president is making committee assignments and selecting committee chairs. You said a lot of thought goes into selecting the chairs who will represent the committee for a legislative year.
Well, I'll tell you, we've got a wonderful group of council members. Really, I think this is one of the strongest councils I've seen in my time on council. And so really the difficulty for me as president of the council, given the role of selecting committee chairs and selecting committee members, really is to decide kind of how do you put the right council person on the right committee based upon their interests, based upon their experience, based upon kind of the chemistry that they'll have with other committee members. I'll tell you, beyond City Hall, though, I'm really excited about the prospect of having committee chairs and council members engage with organizations like the Atlanta Planning and Advisory Board, APAB, engage with small and large business organizations to help kind of bridge the gap between City Hall and neighborhoods.
You are involved with several initiatives, including hosting small business seminars. Why is helping small businesses network and market their companies important to you?
Helping small businesses network with one another, market their companies to potential buyers, whether they be government or private sector buyers, is really important, because small businesses, essentially, if you know the statistics, employ the vast majority of Americans. And so a community like Atlanta is no different. And so providing that opportunity to see that level of engagement, that level of interaction that we have with our Back to Business event really is something I believe helps to promote not just economic development and business growth, but job creation.
Twice a year you co-sponsor a college prep series to help middle school and high school students prepare for college entrance exams. Why is that something you've latched onto?
Well, when you think about the success of any community, any city, that success really begins and is rooted in the quality of education. And then having the opportunity to take a real exam in a real environment under real testing, a real testing scenario, is something I think that benefits students in preparation for the real experience. And so I think that's been great. But also, it's important to add this, parents really do benefit from our college prep series as well, because they learn things about the college admissions process. That really becomes, kind of a win-win and really boosts the opportunity for a young person to find their way to college.
You are a husband, full-time attorney, a father, and a public servant. How do you balance it all?
Barely. No, honestly, first of all, I'm fortunate and blessed to have a wonderful wife, two very beautiful daughters who obey me maybe 20% of the time, but I'll take that 20% of the time. I have a wonderful staff here at City Hall. They really understand my life circumstance, and they step up and help me serve the citizens in the way that citizens expect. And then, of course, in my law practice, I have a tremendous amount of support from my firm. And so, I would be foolish to say that I'm able to get it all done because of my own strength or my own intelligence. No, it really is because I have a wonderful group of folks who really work hard with me every day. And I'm not saying for me. They work hard with me every day, and they work hard on me every day. And so I'm very thankful for that.
President Mitchell, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Travelers passing through Hartsfield-Jackson will soon enjoy free Wi-Fi. And the Chastain Park Conservancy celebrates a milestone. Stay with us. President Mitchell was at Westlake High School for an empowerment summit. The summit was about working together for the betterment of children. Workshops, panel discussions, and a community fair provided insight on what it takes to help students become actively engaged learners. On the agenda, the nearly 250,000 passengers who pass through Hartsfield-Jackson every day will soon have a new amenity. The Atlanta City Council approved legislation for free Wi-Fi at the airport. The upgrade of the outdated Wi-Fi infrastructure allows the world's busiest airport to support as many as 15,000 Wi-Fi users at once. Right now, Hartsfield-Jackson can only handle 4,000 people on the paid Wi-Fi system.
Free Wi-Fi is actually one of the most important things we can do to enhance the guest services here at this airport. We receive about 600 comments per month, and 25% of them, about 150 comments, are people asking for free Wi-Fi. It's just one of a number of initiatives that we're doing to increase the customer experience here at the airport.
Airport officials hope to have the free Wi-Fi ready by early summer. If you are tired of long security lines at the airport, taking off your shoes, pulling out liquids, and emptying your pockets, well, there's good news.
I'm pleased to be here this morning at Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport to announce the formal opening of the TSA PreCheck Application Center enrollment site.
The Transportation Security Administration says the pre-check process is now open to eligible travelers.
Now, TSA PreCheck, as you know, is an opportunity for us in TSA to take those people who volunteer a little bit of information about themselves to afford them an expedited physical screening at the checkpoint, because we've done pre-screening of them before they get to the checkpoint.
It is indeed a very exciting program for us. It adds tremendous convenience for our traveling public. It eases their stress, it eases the wait time, it eases the pressure on the checkpoint as a whole.
Signing up requires travelers to give their name, date of birth, gender, and fingerprints. It costs $85 for 5 years. Mayor Reed and Governor Nathan Deal joined the CEO of Carter's Inc. at a ribbon cutting to mark the opening of their new Buckhead office at Phipps Tower. The children's clothing company announced in 2011 that it would consolidate its Atlanta operations in a new corporate headquarters. The company invested more than $30 million on the 275,000 square foot LEED certified facility. Carter's employs over 1,700 people in the Atlanta metro area. AT&T opened its Drive studio near its foundry location at Georgia Tech. The 5,000 square foot facility will research ways that automobiles can be connected to the internet. That connectivity is aimed at enhancing safety, convenience, and entertainment through apps and advanced diagnostics. The mayor said the foundry sends a message that Atlanta is a home where tech companies can flourish.
And over a 5-year period of time, we're going to try to just grow by 5% the number of people who study technology and STEM who choose to stay in the city of Atlanta.
The AT&T foundry at Georgia Tech is one of only 5 foundries globally. Councilmember Yolanda Adrian helped the Chastain Park Conservancy celebrate its 10th anniversary. The event highlighted past accomplishments and outlined park improvement projects scheduled for this year, such as Play Chastain and Walk Chastain. Park Pride presented a $500,000 check for the Walk Chastain project, which will widen the path beside Powers Ferry Road along the park. Councilwoman Adrian says District 8 and the Conservancy have had a good relationship over the years.
They are such a valuable partner to the City of Atlanta. We couldn't be the park that we are without them. This park is the glue that holds our community together. It's a place where we come meet our neighbors, picnic, walk, exercise.
Walter Reeves was the keynote speaker. He talked about going native, focusing on plants native to Atlanta. Reeves is a garden expert, writer, and radio and TV host. Find out how Atlanta celebrated the legacy of Dr. King. And you may be breezing along on some Georgia interstates. That's next. The birthday of Atlanta's native son, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., was commemorated in many different ways. Activities ranged from a volunteer day of service to a holiday march and rally to the annual spiritual service at Ebenezer Baptist Church. President Mitchell served hot meals at Hosea Feed the Hungry and Homeless, and he was also recognized at AT&T's I Am the Dream Legends of a New Era for his accomplishments and his involvement in the community. Councilman Kwanzaa Hall celebrated King's birthday by teaming up to give away 20 brand new coats to parents whose children are enrolled in the Operation Peace After School program. Councilwoman Joyce Shepherd held an MLK community cleanup where they picked up trash, leaves, debris, and tires around University Avenue. And folks in District 4 came out to spruce up Atwood Community Gardens. The City of Atlanta's Office of Cultural Affairs is celebrating 40 years of providing rich and diverse cultural experiences, such as programs like the Cultural Experience Project for city youth and award-winning events like the Atlanta Jazz Festival. The goal is to continually enhance the quality of life through cultural venues that expand Atlanta's global footprint.
The mayor also says that great cities have great art, and so this is just one of the ways in which we can express and acknowledge our appreciation of arts and show that arts are important in the city.
When Maynard Jackson came into office, he thought that it was very important that culture be celebrated and administered for the city of Atlanta. And so he established the Office of Cultural Affairs. And so through multiple administrations, the office has prospered and is still in existence. And so we're very excited to celebrate 40 years today.
And during this anniversary year, Cultural Affairs will present special arts projects throughout the city. Midway Arts Cafe is one such program. Held here at City Hall, audiences enjoyed a performance by Dance Canvas.
Their mission is to provide opportunities and to increase awareness of professional dance in Atlanta.
Councilman Hall presented a proclamation to Dance Canvas for the artistic enrichment Director Angela Harris and her company provides to the community. Thanks to state lawmakers, your foot might get a little heavier on the pedal. Those under the Gold Dome want to increase the speed limit to 70 miles per hour on interstates and metro areas. This would raise the speed limit from 55 in regions with populations of 50,000 or more. But not so fast. First, a traffic study has to be done. If approved, the new law would give the Georgia Department of Transportation the option of raising limits in certain places to improve traffic flow. Under current Georgia law, interstates in urban areas are capped at 65 miles per hour. Non-urban areas have a maximum speed limit of 70. Thank you for watching City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle.